In the last 48 hours, we have seen more drama in America than usual. Some tears of joy, tears of sorrow, anger on the Democratic Party, and anger on the victory of Donald Trump. Some partied all night, some sad and lonely. Rolling Stone says, America elects convicted felon to be president. Vanity Fair says, Donald Trump wins 2024 elections, putting democracy on the brink. Left-leaning publications and social media accounts are reminding people again and again that the man who is sent to the White House by the Americans was the ringleader of the January 6th coup. He is a convicted felon, an adjudicated sex abuser, and is responsible for the mismanagement during COVID that killed 1 million Americans. USA has chosen that twice-impeached convicted felon as the 47th president of America. Trump's critics believe that in his second term, Trump will bring an uproar in American politics. Mass detention, deportation of migrants, put agencies against his political enemies, will control the press, will put more conservative judges in the Supreme Court, will even use military against citizens. If you will scroll on social media, you will get a long list of what Trump is going to do. What is his real agenda? Trump will grab a political power, will use federal and courts, make himself an autocratic leader. Backdoor ban on abortion without permission from Congress, stripped of your protections against climate crisis. Student debt will be back. On January 6th, the people involved will be pardoned. Department of Education will be abolished. For Kamala Harris, it was going to be a tough battle. But the margin from which Trump won, the reputation from which he won, it becomes clear that the Democratic Party, left thinking, their operations, their communication has a huge problem, not in the mind of the voter. You can see the figures and you will understand how big the problem is in the Democratic Party, and left thinking Trump becomes the first Republican president in 20 years who wins popular vote in America. So there is no question there. Trump has also given clear marks to Kamala Harris in electoral college votes. All swing states went to Trump. I'm talking about 7 states where anyone could win, but they all went to Trump. The U.S. Senate, that also went to the Republicans. The House of Representatives, that also went to the Republicans. Trump has done the real 400 plus. But how did a convicted, impeached, disgraced candidate get such a heavy victory? This is something that won't let Democrats sleep for 4 years. Or they will start sleeping. They will say it was a gender and race issue. It was not our fault. But the facts are saying something else. Perhaps the most shocking fact of this election is about race. Starr County in Texas, which is considered the most Hispanic place in America, 97% population is Hispanic. There, Trump wins with 58% vote. This is the county which has been won by Democrats for 130 years. But now, Republican Party won because of Trump, so you get a boost among black voters. Hispanic voters vote for Trump. The minorities who are championed by Democrats have sided with Trump. And this is seen in Europe, and India have the same story. The left party's trust is eroding. More than 10 million voters who voted for Biden last time did not come to vote this time. They just sat at home, getting upset with the Democratic Party and their policies. Of course, Kamala had disadvantage because of this. Race and gender are a topic in the conservative society, but we see that Rashida Tlaib, Ilhan Omar and Summer Lee all win from their seats. While Kamala Harris loses, why? It is important to know for America and the liberal parties that where they are making mistakes. We will try to understand why liberals like Kamala Harris have been losing and lose until they change their thinking and strategy today. It will be a majorly American election, but you will see how parallels are formed. Whether you take South America, Europe or Asia, this game is going on with all the liberal parties and right wing. Number 1, as it happens in many countries, we can find tough Democrats and Republican voters in America. Their vote is already decided, but the result of elections is undecided middle votes. Those people who neither worship this nor that. Such voters are most impacted by the authenticity and clarity of the candidate, not by the big talk, big slander, esoteric talk, or poetic talk. No matter what people think of Trump as a crass and rude person, he is the way he is. Instead of hypocrisy, people like Trump's idiocy more, because a different play is going on with Kamala Harris. Everything is carefully managed, cultivated, choreographed, what to say, who to talk to. Everything is balanced, don't get angry with anyone, take everyone along. But Winston Churchill once said, "To try to be safe everywhere is to be strong nowhere." Kamala could not make a strong image because of this balance and safety. Americans love strong image. They want to see their leader as a strong leader. Because of her hypocrisy and balance, Kamala fails. She speaks differently about Gaza to Muslim Americans. She speaks differently to Jewish Americans. But in today's digital age, such hypocrisy can be easily caught. Raising voice on Palestine in your own party, you try to suppress it, so it was bound to backfire. That's why Muslim Arab Americans, a large group of them, didn't think it was right to vote. It's like they chose NOTA. It's not like Trump would stop the war in Gaza, but at least Trump has not lied.